Today, you're getting an inside look at some incredible homes for sale in America's finest city. So let's find your perfect home. I'm Claire McKee. Welcome to On the Block. This guest is Courtney Costello with Pacific Sotheby's. Hi Courtney, how are you?
Hi, so good. Thanks for having me, love.
Oh my gosh, we are so happy to have you here on this
Thank
beautiful
you.
day.
Thank you.
We really couldn't have dreamt up a better day,
No,
could we?
no, and it's a terrible winter, you know.
Yeah. I know, March 3rd, and we're out here on the rooftop. Oh my goodness. So
Yes.
You're a North County girl.
I am.
And we're going to talk a little bit about a specific community in North County called
Yeah.
Olive Hills, right?
Yep. This one's in San Marcos. So
Okay.
basically, Olive Hills is a beautiful community over in San Marcos. And what's so neat about this community is that it's not just well manicured, and you don't get just huge lots of land in a tract home type of neighborhood, which is really rare because nowadays with like the new home builds, which are also great, I sell those as well.
Sure.
You don't get a lot of land, and you don't get a lot of mature landscape that's been really, really well maintained and well taken care of. And so basically what I love about Olive Hills is that you get this feel that people really take pride in their home, and when they're ready to upsize because they're having more babies, or ready to downsize because their babies are grown,
Right.
they don't want to leave the neighborhood.
Okay.
So I have found, like, all of my clients, every time I list a house in Olive Hills, the neighbor wants to buy it.
Okay.
So then I end up listing their home so they can move into that home because they need a bigger house.
You're really just trading everyone
I'm literally
around.
just trading homes for everyone. I'm like the Banyan, like, bandit at
Yes.
this point, like, which is
Okay.
one of the street names in Olive Hills Estates. But the families that are there, you get such a good combination of people, but everyone loves it so much that they don't want to leave.
That speaks volumes about the community
Everything.
itself. So let's talk a little bit more about that. What do people like to do in the area? What
Okay.
draws people to this community so much?
So it's like I said, a tract home type neighborhood that feels like $1 million because they are up in the higher range for sure.
Okay.
But you don't have to spend $1 million to get in there. So it feels like $1 million neighborhood, but yet you're close to multi-million-dollar neighbors as well that have the horses. And so basically there's a lot of hiking, a lot of trails, a lot of there's lakes, there's water. You're perfectly centralized to like the freeways and shopping and
Sure.
stuff like that. But you get really kind of like an equestrian feel about it.
So a little more space. People have their horses on the property. I love that so much.
But still ownership. Like, it's not
Right.
like everyone's so spread apart that no one knows anyone.
Right.
So there's still such a strong community, which is so rare.
Yeah.
Like, it's so rare to find that, and it's so beautiful.
So beautiful. Okay, so what else should we know about this community specifically? Any amenities, anything else that we haven't mentioned? Maybe price points?
So price points, you're gonna be looking at around the high 7s to like the high 9s.
Okay.
So we haven't broke $1 million yet in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For everything we just mentioned, we're not even breaking $1 million. That's
Yep.
great.
Huge lots, so you can have a pool in your backyard and still have grass area and an area for sitting and barbecue and the whole vibe. So it's pretty incredible. You don't really get that nowadays. Like,
And I want to ask you, I think you told me earlier, you actually lived in this community for a period of time,
Yeah.
right? So who
Yeah.
better to share about it than somebody who actually has
Yes.
experienced
Yes.
it?
And the sunsets are like unbelievable. So you get like, it depends on what side you're on too. So the sunsets, you get rolling hills. You can like see like far out the ocean, and just the sunsets are breathtaking.
Yes.
And I actually set the highest price per square foot in that neighborhood with my parents' house.
Oh no, so this is totally like your spot.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
so much. So if
Yeah.
anybody has any questions about Olive Hills, obviously you're the person.
I'd love to help them
Oh my
in any
goodness.
way and guide them around that area. I've been in that area for so long.
Yeah,
so.
and I will say too, that's not just where you work. We should
Right.
mention that, right?
Right.
So you're all up in here.
So I was born and raised in Carlsbad and San Marcos, but my network is so expansive and everywhere that between my sisters and my family and myself, just being so connected and so involved in our community, I basically sell all the way from downtown all the way up to even like Riverside and outwards, you know, as well, inland. So
Courtney's
I'm
a
everywhere.
San Diego girl. I love it. It was so good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you
too,
so much.
doll. Thank you, love.
It was a pleasure.
You're the best.
You're the best. That was awesome. Do you have a home that you'd like to feature on the block? Go to modernmedianetwork.com to submit your next listing. Who knows, you might just see us on the block.